friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie and I am the artist and owner behind NMC Design Studio, which is a small art business based out of Seattle, Washington. Today we are at the Belltown Art Walk, popping up at Mixed Pantry specifically. Seattle has a bunch of different art walks and they're usually like neighborhood based. So I've done the Capitol Hill Art Walk before and I've done the Belltown Art Walk before as well. Have I done any other ones? I've done the Greenwood Art Walk too, but generally it's a bunch of different businesses or brick and mortar places in that neighborhood that will invite artists to come and pop up, or they'll sometimes have like different shows or things like that. The Belltown Art Walk spans many locations. I don't actually know the number, but I am at Mixed Pantry, which is a lovely small shop. You should definitely check them out. They're great. They are like a dry goods store, but specifically for like Asian food things. So I actually grabbed some things before we started. So we have just like instant ramen that's gluten-free and it has like a soup base with it and the noodles. And then also these dried ramen toppings, which is the veggie mix is gluten-free. Let me know if y'all have any questions.
Okay. I know enough about AO3 to not ask too many questions.
That's the correct response. Yeah. They have different messages, like hidden in the soup.
You want this?
Yes, I do. My work is currently trying that.
Not fun.
No.
Cool. Is that it for you?
Yep.
Awesome. Absolutely no pressure. You can get another large sticker for $3 more, $2 more.
You want one of the large duck stickers, or the? I would say I am out of space on my work iPad, so I would say probably 2 is fine.
That sounds good. Cash card or Venmo?
Between card and Venmo, which one's better for me?
Venmo is preferred.
Okay.
QR code is here, and it will be $10 total.
Okay.
Awesome. Yep. Cool. You are all
Thank
set.
you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, thank you, Sid.
Yeah, so we're at Mixed Pantry today. Popped up with them a couple times previously. I want to say 3 times previously, but this is the first time for this year. And they're great. Oh, I was talking about things. So I got the dried ramen toppings and the instant ramen. Both are gluten-free. The veggie dried ramen toppings are gluten-free. The non-veggie ones are not. But they're great. Would highly recommend you check them out. Their online store is also awesome and they offer pickup, so you should try that. Also, I'm like squatting right now and it is hurting my calves. So I will probably, we're like, what time is it? We're almost an hour in, it's 6:46. We started at 6. I think we go until 9 tonight. So I'll probably check in before we close up. But oh yeah, and it was snowing earlier today. The weather outside is gross right now, but it's been decent foot traffic considering that. Yeah, I will check in with y'all later. My legs are dying. Sounds good. Okay, we are at the end of the event. I did not check in, so we're gonna chat while I pack up. It started out really slow, but picked up towards like the middle to the end. Like the last hour was actually hour and a half. So yeah, like the last half of the event was pretty decent traffic. Like obviously there were lulls, but it wasn't too bad. I think I was starting to say it earlier, but yeah, the weather today was not the greatest. So I'm surprised that we even had as good of turnout as we did, just because it was gross outside. It snowed earlier today, and then it was just kind of like cold and wet still. The snow has melted. Like it was sticking, it was on the ground. It wasn't really sticking to the pavement, and it looks like by now everything's melted. So not like a concern getting here or going home, but enough to probably make some people decide not to leave their house, which is very fair. Which one did you want?
I was like, I need one for my friend and my other friend. The AO3 one.
Yeah.
I get two.
Yeah. Did you want the safe for work or not safe for work? Cool.
7 each, right?
Yeah, so 14. Did you want a bag for them?
I can put them in the bag.
Okay,
but
cool. Awesome. You are all set. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good night. Good morning. So the last clip obviously filmed last night at the wrap up of Mixed Pantry, and I think I said it, but my plan was to talk to y'all while I was cleaning up, packing up my booth. I forgot how quiet it was gonna get when everyone was out and it was just vendors and there were only 4 of us. Packing up, I was like, I can't just stand here and talk to myself where everyone can hear me talking to myself. That's too awkward. So instead, y'all got a fun little time lapse, but it is I didn't literally just wake up, but I have just recently gotten out of bed. I have my coffee and I haven't inputted my numbers yet into my spreadsheet. So we don't actually know how much we made last night. So I thought it might be a little bit of a fun difference to enter in my numbers with y'all so you can see what that process looks like. And now during this, I will chat with y'all about other thoughts from the night. So you might be able to see it a little bit in the background behind my computer, but it is still wet outside. This morning it was hailing. Oh my goodness, crazy weather. But here, let me show y'all. I write down all of the Venmo and cash sales that I get throughout the night in my silly little shorthand of what I know my products are. It ends up creating more work for me now, but it is easier in the moment. So I have this, and then I have Square. What we do is we will do the date. So yesterday was the 13th, so 3/13/2026, and we'll write down the event. There's no order number associated with this, and then we have to go look up the location, which I'm gonna do on the other screen so as to not potentially dox myself. But Mixed Pantry is in Belltown, and the reason I include the zip code is because it is a somewhat easy way to find out this Washington State location code that we need to use. So pretty much all of 98121. Okay. Pretty much all of Seattle is 1726. So I really don't need to go look this up, but I will anyways, just to show y'all. So we can grab the address. This is 98121, search, and this will tell us what the tax code is. So 1726, like I said. Pretty much all of Seattle proper is 1726. So we can put that in here. And this is to make me doing taxes at the end of the year a lot easier. And looking at the first purchase is actually 3 items. So we're gonna move that line down. And now essentially all of the purchases from last night are going to, the beginning part is going to follow this. So it's all 313, it was all at Mixed Pantry, it was all at Mixed Pantry zip code and all within that Washington State location code. So what will change is the SKU numbers. So we need to do some looking up because, again, when I am looking through my or when I'm writing the purchases down in like just the notepad on my iPad, or the Notes app, whatever you want to call it, I don't remember the SKUs off the top of my head, like ever. So we use descriptors so that I can look it up later. And then this is the item and inventory list that I have, and flag. But the item and inventory sheet has all of the products that I have with the associated SKUs. It'll also have like the item description, which is what I use on my website, item shipping and return details, which I also use on my website. We have unit cost, retail price, wholesale price, amount of inventory that I currently have, and preferred manufacturer, which I have not kept up to date at all. So now we have all of those in, so now we can say shipping was $0. There was a discount of $2 because this was 3 regular sized stickers. We charged 0 tax. The process of adjusting where we're calculating the sum. Payment type was Venmo. And again, the manual process of recalculating the total profit for this purchase, which I don't really have to do. I like to do it because I feel like it makes it easier to like read here, but technically speaking, like I do not have to do that. So again, overall, like I was not expecting too much from this event in the past. We could actually go look at my 2025 spreadsheet in a second here once we finish inputting everything, which shouldn't take too terribly long. But I really enjoy vending at this event just because it's, 1, it's free, 2, it's a good time. There's always other like amazing artists. I am fully just like messing up my normal key clicks, and they prioritize API vendors, which is great. But I really was expecting to make very little money at this event today, especially because it was, like I said previously, it was raining earlier that day. And while I really enjoy this market, it's not one of my better performers. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not great, if that makes any sense. I feel like I feel like the max I make here is around like 200. Feels pretty similar to Chop House Row or the Capitol Hill Art Walk, which I do also love. I love a free market. It's great. And because it's free, it's like a lot less risk. I feel way less like annoyed if I make not that much money because they're letting me pop up there for free. I will say, doing this where I actually have to like somewhat think, I'm terrible at talking and doing this is what I'm learning. Oh goodness. This one I'm pretty sure is the person who came back later who bought 2 more AO3 not safe for work sticker sheets. And this should be Kirby. Okay, and then aside from, we have to add in the 2 that happened at the end. Aside from that, we've now wrapped up all cash and Venmo transactions. Once I throw these in here. Venmo, there we go. So that's all the cash and Venmo transactions. So now we get to do the Square transactions, which I only had 2 of last night. So should be pretty easy. And sometimes well, that's just not correct. I'm looking at one of my, the SKU that's in Square, and that's just not correct. I am not good at keeping that updated. For example, I haven't put, like this, the AO3 ones are not updated, and I haven't put in even the item for the Passenger Princess sticker yet. 1.24, no tip, and this was Square. And the last transaction. See, that time the SKUs were correct, so it was a lot easier. Cool. So that is all of Mixed Pantry's income entered. So now we can see how much we made. Let's look, go up to here. Sum is $117.48. The total profit is $86.38. So not too bad, especially for a day that was so rainy and gross. And like I mentioned earlier, it was a free event, so the only expense that I had was taking public transit, which amounted to about $6. Let's take a quick look at what some of the events last year were. I think I only vended at Mixed Pantry one time last year. Maybe it was 2 times. Looks like it was just one time. Yeah, it was in July, which makes sense because last night, Talk is also amazing at just like remembering things about people. It's actually wild. Like he remembered that I had just started a new job the last time because I had. And I believe so the date I'm seeing for 2025 is 7/11, but I would have started that new job on that Monday. So it was the end of my first week at my new job. But the fact that he remembered that like 6 months later, I feel like it's been more. It's been like 7 months now from July to March, but just like crazy. I don't understand how he does it. But looking at this sum, so the total that we made last July, which again, like totally different weather, different timing, etc., etc. Well, not different timing, but like time of the year, right? We made $191.11, and the profit was $134.96. So made about $90 more than we made this year, right? At least if we're talking in total. And given the weather and extenuating circumstances, I feel like that's pretty good. $100 for about 3 hours of like actively selling. Obviously there's the added transit. It takes me about an hour to get there. Then like set up and tear down takes about an hour and a half. So a little bit of a long process. I don't think I'm making living wage, like minimum wage from that based on all of the extra time taken to like, again, travel and set up and tear down. But all things considered, it wasn't a terrible event. And again, I was still really surprised that the amount of people who came out were like that many, right? Because it had literally been snowing earlier that day. And just because it's right below it, I love a good harp, right? Geek Fest West's Friday, which was the 19th of July. It's literally like the next entry into the 2025 spreadsheet. But specifically that Friday, not the whole event, but specifically the Friday, which is the same day that the Belltown Art Walk is held on. I made about as much as I made at Mixed Pantry this time. I made $119 and total and $92 profit for Geek Fest West, which is not a free event, had much longer hours as well. Granted, I was not the one vending, Reese went and vended for me, but still wild. But I think that about wraps it up. This was like a little bit of a shorter vlog just because it was a little bit of a shorter event. There's not too much to talk about other than like weather, snow in March, oh my goodness. I had a lot of fun. I got to go walk out in the snow with Blossom in the morning, and that was a fun time. I had been asking, so background, Reese majored in atmospheric science in college, and so weather and things like that. So I'll ask him to make certain weather happen. So I've been asking him to make it snow for a while now. And he gets up really early for work. So he got up and he was like, Nat, it's snowing. I was very happy and then immediately fell back asleep. But it was still snowing when I woke up yesterday morning. So that was really fun. And I'm sure there are many people who do not enjoy the snow, mostly people who have to travel. But I did travel yesterday while it was cold and wet outside. And I still like the snow. So take that as you will. But normally, like, I don't have to drive or anything like that. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing. I post videos every Monday about my art and what it's like running a small art business. I also want to thank my Ko-fi subscribers for supporting me. If you're interested in supporting me further, you can subscribe to me on Ko-fi for $1 or $3 a month, and you'll get various rewards like your name in this video, as well as behind the scenes sketchbooks and monthly digital backgrounds that you can download for your different devices. Thank you again, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.